As officer-involved deaths made more headlines this week, many are calling for better relationships between law enforcement and minority communities. Tonight, upstate leaders met with local activists to take a step toward improving trust. The town hall, hosted by Freedom Fighters Upstate, included the Greenville County Sheriff and local police chiefs. We're also talking to members of the community who attended tonight's event. Fox Carolina's Brooklyn Cromer live in Greenville, where the forum just wrapped up. And Brooklyn, what did you learn tonight?
Well, the panel here tonight, made up of a lawyer, local activists, a sheriff's deputy, and police personnel, talked openly about procedures, protocols, and practices, and how they can work to improve relationships right here in the community. Two local activists joined together with local law enforcement for an honest conversation.
With all the conversations I've been involved in before this, I didn't feel that it was going to change. However, now I feel that I'm sitting at the table to change.
Through open dialogue, a candid conversation about police practices and minority communities. Angela Jeter attended the forum.
I think this is something we need to do on a regular basis, where we have communication between our law enforcement and the community.
The community forum aimed to improve relationships and build trust between Black and brown communities and police. One neighbor points out the importance of having these conversations.
A lot of times when these conversations take place, it's because something tragic has happened. It's nice to see this conversation take place before anything tragic has happened.
One panelist saying each time you see incidents like what happened to George Floyd, it creates a sense of fear and distrust for law enforcement.
I think that is crucial, especially in the Black and brown community. A lot of times that relationship does not exist, and it results in, unfortunately, sometimes tragic results.
Sheriff Hobart Lewis addressed accountability and the importance of having these conversations, something people in the community agree with.
I think that we have to continue to build, and I think we have to continue to do what is right for the community, to make sure that we are doing the morally responsible thing, as well as making sure that we're doing things that keep the community safe.
Now, Tracy Fant and Ewing Thompson, who hosted tonight's event, say this is the first of many conversations and to expect more events just like this one in the future. Reporting live in Greenville, Brooklyn Cromer, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
Conversation tonight around the future of policing and race relations in South Carolina. Renee Wonderlick was there, and she joins us live in Greenville tonight. Renee, good evening. What did they talk about tonight?
They talked about a lot, Michael: de-escalation training, different forms of transparency, and how to make a more diverse and inclusive police force for the communities they serve.
We must engage. We must engage more and make that personal connection with the community before there is a problem.
Panelists spoke in Greenville Thursday about race relations, the future of community policing, and the challenges that continue.
Every law enforcement agency in South Carolina has been shorthanded for a very long time as our community continues to grow. So we have become more reactive to things instead of proactive.
Transparency was another topic. The city's police chief says last year, Greenville PD used force 85 times.
We see things that happen nationwide, and we see uses of force everywhere, and we think that just force is being used every day, and that's just not, that's not the case.
When you encounter that rare law enforcement officer who might be that racist, I say keep your hand on the wheel. Comply.
Panelists urged winning in court or lobbying for better legislation, not fighting in the streets or screaming on social media.
We have a wonderful country where we have the right to protest, and we welcome protests, but within having protests, there needs to be a dialogue for a solution.
The hope is that this community conversation will fuel more effective solutions and find respect and common ground.
We have to let our voices be heard. We have to call our elected officials.
It's not your community, their community, it is our community.
And we need to look at each other as brothers and sisters, beyond skin color. We have to look at each other as if, just like I want to make it home safely, so does he or she.
The discussion went on for almost 2 hours earlier today. If you'd like to watch the whole thing, it's on WYFF4.com. I've also posted it on my Facebook page. Live in Greenville tonight, Renee Wonderlick, WYFF News 4.
Of course.